they're watching us.
Probably.
Well, you're watching us, hopefully. But they
are watching us through you.
They are watching us. We've been taking a look at the news every once in a while and want to stay current, see what's happening in the world, see the injustices that are being put upon people. Because, let's face it, if it's injustice, it normally makes the news.
Yeah.
And you're going to wind up seeing that because people have a right to get upset about things that are happening, especially if it's has a note of being wrong. And where was this at? What state?
Arizona.
In Arizona. The Hispanic National Bar Association was saying that there was a conference debating whether or not the state will allow religious organizations to ban gay people or transgender or anything that's not straight into their events and gatherings. And that just seemed ridiculous to us. I mean, that would even be an idea that the state would allow religion, give protection to religion organizations to do that. So we ask, how much is too much? And right there, I think that's a great example. Because I know people out there, they go by the old standby.
Well, you got to think about it. Like, this country was founded because the people in England wanted to get away from religious persecution. And for the government to say you have to believe this. And it's like we're doing it all over again.
It's maybe not so much about the government telling us what we have to believe, but it's government giving protection to people who say that you have to believe it. It's a very slippery slope.
We're on our way to being England.
When we're talking about religious freedoms and whatnot, we're all for that. When we're talking about sexual freedoms, unless it's harmful to...
Like, don't do it with an animal.
There's no reason for that.
There's no reason.
I'm pretty sure...
Out there raping cows and pigs? No one wants that.
Why do we have a constant, never-ending need to drop the rape word
oh my God.
once a week? Well, that's okay. That's okay. But, I mean...
Well, the sheep and the cows didn't want it, so it was rape.
Let's see. The religious freedom, sexual freedom, any choice that you want to make, as long as it's not harmful to your environment, do you. I don't really care what you do, as long as you're happy.
And you're able to live with the decisions you make.
I don't know. Are you able?
I'm just saying, like when you talk about abortion, I mean, if you want to have an abortion and you can live with that, then fine. That's for you to do.
It's a very pro-choice.
I'm very pro-choice. It's not for me, but that don't mean for me to say it's not for somebody else.
Now, I want to take a moment to play kind of the devil's advocate here and say that I do kind of understand the need for the state to step in some areas. Like for this whole protecting the religious people from keeping gays out. I think really if we're talking about actual protection from say violent activists that come at them, I can understand that. I can understand them wanting to keep the peace, keep everybody in their separate factions, but make sure that they're keeping the peace with each other. But I also want to point out that there are a lot of separate factions out there who don't like what the other one is doing. And if you're going to take all of your resources and time and try to protect these people, you are looking at a war of almost Gulf War type situations. You're going to be constantly fighting. And at some point, you need to let some groups eradicate themselves. I'm not saying which ones because I don't know which ones, but change happens and you can't always fight change.
And then there are certain parts of the government that I think we should all be protected from.
You got
one's up in Congress and giving themselves raises while they're just taking more from the people like us that...
So you're like, down with the fat cats.
Yeah. Like, when did big business become the government?
A long time ago.
I know, but that's stupid.
It is stupid.
I was gonna say shit.
It is shitty. Big brother, if you're watching, I just want to let you know that I'm Michael.
And I'm Amanda.
And we are on the fence. Flappy LeBlanc, everybody.